In a faraway kingdom, there once lived a young prince. To test the pride of a haughty princess, he chose to disguise himself as a humble swineherd. This is a tale of pride and sincerity, of deception and regret. Now, let us step together into this enchanting fairy tale. Inside a humble cottage, a young prince put on simple clothes and carried a small bag on his shoulder. With a determined look, he resolved to disguise himself as a swineherd and set out toward the grand palace. The grand palace gates towered ahead, with banners fluttering in the wind. The swineherd tried to approach, but stern guards blocked his way, leaving him to gaze longingly at the golden walls. In the palace garden, the princess sat proudly with a shining crown on her head. Her maids bustled around her, while the swineherd watched from afar, his eyes filled with patience and thought. In a quiet corner, the swineherd carefully brought out the rose and nightingale he had crafted by hand. He wrapped these magical gifts, hoping they might soften the proud princess's heart. When the swineherd humbly offered his gifts, the princess only gave a cold smile and waved them away, her face filled with disdain. Realizing the princess would not value his sincerity, the swineherd donned a ragged cloak and chose to hide his identity, waiting quietly by the palace pigsty for his chance. In a corner of the palace, the swineherd tended patiently to the pigs. The filthy sty stood in stark contrast to the splendid garden nearby. From her balcony, the princess noticed the swineherd working intently on a strange pot. Fragrant steam and musical notes rose from it, sparking her curiosity. The swineherd played upon the pot, and colorful notes drifted with the steam. The maids gathered close, utterly enchanted by its magic. Unable to resist, the princess leaned forward to watch, her eyes glimmering with desire. Her maids giggled beside her, making the scene both secretive and amusing. At last, the princess approached the sty and, with an air of pride, commanded the swineherd to let her try the marvelous pot. Calmly, the swineherd stated his price. If the princess wished to play with the pot, she must give him 10 kisses in return. Hesitation and embarrassment crossed the princess's face as she wrestled with whether to accept such a ridiculous demand. At last, she nodded shyly. The maids quickly raised their shawls to shield her, while the swineherd received 10 secret kisses. The swineherd then crafted a wondrous bell that chimed with sweet melodies whenever it was gently shaken. Enchanted by the new music, the princess hurried back, eager once more to possess the magical toy. The swineherd demanded an even bolder price, 100 kisses. Again, the maids shielded her with shawls, as the absurd bargain unfolded in secret. From a palace window, the king saw it all. His face turned red with fury, his beard trembling as rage and shame filled him. In a furious roar, the king ordered his daughter banished. With tears in her eyes, the princess descended the palace steps, her splendid gown now only a lonely burden. The swineherd cast off his ragged cloak, revealing himself as a prince. Coldly, he turned away, leaving the princess abandoned and full of regret. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to come back next time for more. Good night and sweet dreams.